This is a very difficult topic for me. The reason why I say it's a difficult topic because I actually can't speak on it like I would like to because I've also been hurt. But I want to take everybody to a situation that's going on in our world right now, and everybody is kind of promoting it. It's under the lines of deceit, disrespect, dishonor, and abomination to our God. Now, a lot of people are going to sit here and they're going to say, when he speaks and says that our God, maybe he's speaking of just his religion. Well, today I'm speaking of God, plain and simple. We have become a people that don't notice what's going on with society. We look past it and we begin to say that doing the correct thing is judging. When I sit here and I kind of remember my childhood, I go back and I remember how my aunts and my uncles, my family members would talk about homosexuality, how they would disrespect it to an element that everyone was always against it. No one would agree to us that this was going to be a part of life in such an abundant way. The reason I picked this topic, hurt people, is to give you the bad, roughest, worst part of it. And what worst part of it can it be than a man acting like he was a woman or treating another man like they're a woman? The actions within itself have shown in the past that homosexuality, lesbians, is all of bad. It comes from the shaitan, it comes from Satan. People can ignore it. People can say at this time we don't look down on people, but we can think of a people that at one time got destroyed, the whole land, because of homosexuality. Now, when I speak of this hurt people subject, I'm going to give y'all the understanding that what I'm about to give y'all in an understanding of the godly form of what's going on in them times in Sodom and Gomorrah and what's going on now. And it's going to show that when they came to Abraham, they wanted to make sure that everybody that was a part of the wrong was where they was at, and everybody that was of good was where they was at. And at that time, it was noticed to say that it was only Lot and his family. So when the people came into the town, they already had been warned about homosexuality from the people that was of good that was around at that time, allowing them to know that I'll give you my daughter if it comes down to it. One of the days it didn't work out too well for them. Those same people that have been molesting each other and harming each other with this bad, devious sin, try to do it amongst some people or amongst those that was totally against it. So what happened was that town got so caught up in violating one another that they didn't see any wrong. They didn't see that they was destroying their children and pulling them away from what God intended them to do. They began to ridicule and talk down on the people that didn't like it, pointing them out as being those that don't have no place in being around them or even being in their community. God destroyed that town. Burnt it down so bad, destroyed it to the point where as though they say the cultivation in that land doesn't even grow. It's a message in that cultivation. We are hurt people hurting one another because of the things that people have put in our heads and our minds so deep that it began to touch and rub our soul to make us feel like this is what we should be doing. I can't remember a time that I heard of a story of a child being touched, fondled, a woman, little girl, and they didn't come away from their natural being of being a woman. Majority of them, what happens is they begin to want to be like a boy. They want to take the man's eye off of them totally, completely, because they've been hurt. You don't understand their pain, so we can't comment on their pain. But I'm pretty sure the person who raped that little girl or touched and violated that little boy was touched by someone also and was violated also. If not, he's seen it. He had to get it from somewhere. So his heart turned cold in that area, and what he began to do becomes fair seeming to him, whereas though he don't care. He doesn't even see that he's hurting that next individual when he goes to molest or touch or mentally disturb and pull a person, a child, into his being. You got to remember that in order for a person that's hurt to ever feel like they have any type of reconciliation with what's going on, is by hurting others. I can remember a time where, because I didn't have money, I would rob individuals, take from them, hold them at gunpoint, extortion, put my hands in their pocket, all because I was robbing myself, running around in the streets getting high, acting like it's the coolest thing in the world, telling all my brothers and turning all my friends and my other little homies onto these drugs. I didn't care because someone hurt my mother. Someone made my mother snort cocaine. Someone gave my mother crack. So I began to say that it was okay because she was the person that was being hurt and she was the one that got the drugs. I loved her that much that it hurted her and it hurted me also. She hurted me, put me in hospitals. I mean, physical abuse was beyond something that any young person probably could even maintain or even thinking. But if I think about some of the fights I had in the past, how I wanted to be persistent, how I knew after my punch was more powerful than his, but yet I still went further and further and further to hurt him. All because I wanted to see somebody go through the same pain that I once went through. Some would say, how was that happening and when did it happen? As a child, it happened to me. Whereas though I was beat on. So when I got older, I loved to fight. And my mother then, she said that was making me tough. So it was kind of fair seeming to me that she was beating on me. But my physical ability was to beat everybody else up. I wanted to be that bad guy because my mother didn't dig that her abuse made me scared and fear her as a person that I didn't really know what was next. That mentality stuck in my soul and stuck into my heart to the point where as though I had no remorse for mankind. There was a brother, he was a black over, go by the name of Stephen Jones. Me and Steve had a physical fight twice. The second time, it didn't go his way nor my way. It went God's way. And at the end of the day, when I sit back and I think, and I look at his history, and he look at my history, we may not have been hurting one another and been in that position of selling drugs if both of our mothers wasn't on drugs. Both our parents was on drugs. Both of them was addicted to crack. Both of them was snorting cocaine. We would actually be next to each other in Howell Elementary School, listening to them outside copping at Park Avenue and Grange. You got to remember that this was in the era where cocaine became the top of everything. We're talking 85, 86, 87, 88. It was real life situations going on, like coming in the home, no food there. Although I didn't have to live like that, because my mother was hurt, it began to hurt me. And she didn't care about that. Some would say, Hodge, when I hear you talk about your mother, I hear you speak of your grandmother taking very good care of her. Yeah, it wasn't my grandmother that hurt her. You know who hurt my mother? My father. He destroyed her. So he hurt her, she hurted me. Because her conceiving me was something that he was more in the likeness of. She was young, beautiful, and would love to go to beautician school. But he conned her into having a baby because he never had nothing so beautiful because of his looks and because of the less of life things, the good things he had in this world. He was a thief. But my mother gave him motivation. My dad had the most beautifulest woman in the world. And if we know about relationships and you take a time in social media, you will know you can't enjoy happiness because someone is going to ruin it. His got ruined based off of him becoming a man who slept around with different women. Everybody wanted her man. Now, when that happened, I was literally picked up with my dad and would see different women in his vehicle all of the time. He and his little Camaro, we cruising. My dad had a thing that he would do where he put his tongue in the side of his jaw. When he talked to a chick, it was a fly jaw. I never could get it because it wasn't me. But that was his twist. But he didn't dig. He was hurting me because I was picking up the whole get around, swing, and cheating on women at that time. So when I got older, it got set in my mind. I want to be like them two. The two that left me with my grandmother and went and done their own life, I want to be like them. Because you got to remember that hurt people sometimes are very close-knit families. That's where the most pain and hurt is at. And your love is unconditional. But the hurt that they put me in, it took me to the penitentiary at a young age. It took me to 35th District. It took me to Cook Middle School beating up a teacher. It took me to Wagner Middle School beating up a teacher. Then this to go to Finletter, to get kicked out and go to Rush. Then get kicked out of there to go to APC. Then get kicked out of there to go to Daniel Boone. And then after I got kicked out of there, I went to prison. Based off of nonsense. Based off of somebody hurting me. That's why I went to jail. And you get a lot of guys saying that, especially men, I'm built for this. You're not built for it. If you was built for it, believe me, everybody will be there. It's not something for mankind. It's a cage. It's a punishment that's undeserved. But the crimes that we're doing, some of us in other cities and states, with other parts of the world and countries, will be dead. You wouldn't be here. So you have to reflect and thank your Lord ASAP, because if you don't, maybe something may happen to you where you get hurt and you begin to transform that pain and you begin to hurt people. You ever seen a person get shot and when they go in the hospital, you get the phone call from them first time you talk to them? How you doing, homie? What's going on? Oh, man, I'm cool. You're going to get two things from that person. Either you're going to get, oh, man, this ain't for me. That's the one who don't want to hurt people because he's been hurt. But the other bull who says, man, I'm pushing his wig back. I don't know where you at, but I'm walking out of here. And he walks out and he kills the same person that shot him. All because, I guarantee you, same situation as mine. Hurt people, probably went back to his parents. Starts at your bloodline. That's what it starts with. Some would say, yo, hey, Hodge, Kingearner, listen to me. A lot of these parents are not in the streets. A lot of these parents didn't live their life. Well, I'm going to tell you that they're missing something in the home. What they're missing in the home may be just a little bit more unity. It may be yo, you want to go to the basketball game with me real fast? It may be the, yo, you know, it's a boxing match, man, somewhere. It may be the, hell, everybody, let's go for some miniature golf. Whatever the case may be, it's needed. Because if you don't, that child is going to get a little distance and a little bit of space in between you and them. And guess what it's going to form? Pain. It's just at a different level. It's not at a high rate of pain. It's not a rage. It's more or less a, I want to talk to you, mommy. I want to talk to you, daddy. I need that individual time from you. We have a man in the area of Island and Fern Rock Station right now who's running around chasing women down, being a pedophile. I got the description of the man. Someone said, when you get the description of the man, do us a favor and call the police. I said I would do no such thing. What I will do for that individual if I catch him, we're going to figure out how we're going to take him to a mental hospital. When I'm finished conversing with him, he's going to want to do any and everything to come away from running around trying to snatch women and rape women. But I got the call about this guy, and I thought about me speaking to the kids, and I said, you know what, man? This guy this pedophile, he was a kid at a time, had no direction. Maybe it's someone raped him. Maybe it's that he's seen it happen. So at the end of the day, why do I want to ridicule and kill this man when he's sick mentally? It's a difference, people. Because at a time, you would hear me get on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you faggots, you this, that, and the third, y'all are blah, blah, blah. Until I realized, hurt people hurt people. How can I begin to speak bad about these people and their lives and the things that they've been through when I have no knowledge of it? I never went through these things. Although my religion teaches me to stand firm and stick away from it. But I know one thing about my religion. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would never, ever just antagonize the people for no reason. For the sake of Allah, whatever has to go, he done. Other than that, it was like, why am I taking my time out trying to ridicule these homosexuals when these homosexuals could have got raped by somebody? Their mentality is caught dear. In my religion, we believe in if a person is insane, the pen is lifted from them. I don't have the ability to go in these people's heart and find out have you lost your mind. But I'm probably sure that if anybody look at them and see a transgender, whatever you want to call them, you'll say, something happened here, mentally. Maybe they're insane. Maybe the pen is lifted from them. I don't know. But my job isn't to ridicule them anymore. Will I be around any of them? No. But guess what? I'm approachable as a man if they come in as a man. And I'm able to tell them, listen, man, I know you was hurt. Don't go there. Go here because this is where you're supposed to go. A lot of them believe in God heavily. You'll find some of them people, man, it didn't even happen in the masjid, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they said there was a man, a woman, or was a transvestite that was coming in the masjid, walking around, and this is the being about. Now, if that person didn't lose their mind, I don't know who has. You understand where I'm coming from? And this is the understanding, and when you get the knowledge that some things you would never be able to get a tally on it, but it's easy and clear vision. This person has clearly lost their mind. They've been hurt to the point where as though some of them have nervous breakdowns. I've been in prison, and a dude, man, I remember just choking on him and stuff, man. May God forgive me for choosing people just to pick on, but I would just joke on him so bad, and the boy was crying, man. He was, you don't know what I went through. I've been raped. I've been blah, blah, blah. We was judging. We was trying to make him stand firm. We would come in that cell every day. You should tell him to move you, or we're going to make you a man. And we would get in his face, body beating. I sit back now, and I'm like, I wonder why that old head that was across the block was looking me dead in my face like, come on, Hodge. You serious, cousin? What's going on here, bro? Why? Because I was so hurt in my life that I was enjoying the hurt and pain that he had going on. When at the end of the day, I have to say it again, there's something wrong with those individuals. The government don't put in place the right programs. The right programs that they should be putting in place is different institutions for some of these men, and not prisons. They had to have somebody talk to them. They're destroyed. Anytime someone wake up with a fetish like that, it's not because they just wanted to. I say that because all these years of us being around humans, you mean to tell me that now is the time where it's predominantly okay? Hurt people hurt people. We destroying our own land. Law doesn't help the people until what? You gotta change the condition of yourself. You gotta at least take a step. The hurt people ain't taking those steps. A lot of people don't understand why I do this. This is my therapy. Instead of me doing this, I could be actually running around in the streets thinking about some negativity. It helps me. It makes me not go to the next step of doing crime. We could turn the camera around, you'll see that ain't the same crowd here, but I feel just as much energy because my honor is in helping the people and not to destroy them no more. Before, you would get me to go on Facebook and type right after this meeting, the faggots, this, that, and the third, and I'm telling you these homosexuals, blah, blah, blah. Why am I wasting all of that energy when I can maybe set up a program to help these people? You know how many homosexuals I done seen cry in prison? I mean, people in the crowd that have been in prison, you see what they go through. A lot of them get forced with a guy that got life or a guy that's just already a gay homosexual that been hurt also, and they get turned out. I done seen young boys coming graded for penitentiary, man, and leave girls based off of that celly having life or amount of tick that he said, you know what, I don't give a damn. I want to hurt this kid too. Yeah, that's what's going on in the penitentiary. They raping them. They get guys like, you see how the youngin' he did. How old are you, man? 14? Huh? You 14, how tall are you about? 14, 6'2", perfect. He'll be a perfect girl for one of them. Because you don't pay attention. If you don't pay attention and do the right thing, you'll be one of their girls. Because they'll take it, they'll convince you mentally and take it from you. They're so hurt. They've been in that cell. They haven't seen on the other side of that wall that it's some of them that are booty bandits that will prey on you. They wait for you to come through. And you know what they'll say? It'll be one of our old heads or something. Hey, what's up, boy? You 9 folks right there. Come on down, man. I seen it done. I seen a little guy come on the block before. Light-skinned. Regular guy, skinny kid. C-block. Booty bandit say, damn, what's up, youngin'? You need any long johns or anything? I seen him do it 2 or 3 times. That one night he came out the shower, he said, hey, youngin'. No, he was going into the shower. He said, if it's possible, come in here for a second, let me show you something. He in his robe, mind you. Anybody know Greater for long haul, you know, we talking 800 to 1,000 people in one block. On this long block, you can see him because it's like a city. And he's taking him in a cell with his robe. Come here, young buck. Come here, let me show you something, man. Yeah, you watch TV, man. Go ahead. You know, y'all got TV and who am in prison? They got TV. I just got to prison. I ain't get it too. Oh, I'm in here. Old head went and took a shower. Came back, threw the curtain up. Boom. I hear youngin' like, what you doing? Boom, 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 boom. Rape. I don't see him for a few days. They say he's back there standing for camera. I ain't seen him. Walking the yard one day, I'm like, I ain't see cuz yet, man. You ain't see young boy? They said, there you go. I said, where he at? Like, he right there. I'm like, man, where is he at? Dude with the drum tied up on his junk with the makeup and stuff on, man. I said, what? I looked. It blew my mind. But, and this time I sit and think, I said, I used to think he was weak. I said he was weak. Of course we're gonna attach weakness to that, but he was hurt. by somebody that was hurt. Judges gave that man all them years. That man started making all types of excuses to be with other boys. No strength. They lose their weakness. They lose their strength to weakness. Become a homosexual in a prison and start acting like it's nothing. And guess what? Because everybody else is so hurt, it's like, what's up, bro? How you feeling? Everyone don't care. No one cares. Actually, the reason why they don't care is because they're dealing with everyday pain themselves. So, if you look at the statistics of black men in prison, look at the statistics of white men in prison, look at the statistics of Chinese, Korean, whatever you want to call a green Martian, and you're going to find out that the numbers is almost big as our society. So if the numbers is almost big as our society, what y'all think going to happen in a few years when everybody comes home? Every 10 years, 20 years, people come home from doing a lot of time. And guess what? They're hurt people. So now our society will be what? Hurt also. So a lot of times we complain about certain things and we move. People take their families, they move different places, they go here. It's hurt people there too. It's about what you teach them. What do you teach your child individually too? Because some of them are different ages. So you can't teach a 16-year-old what you're teaching a 12-year-old. You can kind of give them an understanding why you're teaching it, but you can't just give that to them. And what happens is, when you get that individual attention, they begin to lock more. You've been hurt before yourself. Even the guys that had both parents home, somewhere, the hurt just wasn't at that high of an element. Even if it was because your father cheated on your mother while he was still with her. Even if it was your mother cheating on your father. That pain results into you picking up the bad habits, or maybe being against it so bad one day where your partner your husband or wife may cheat, and you want to be like, I want a divorce. When every cheat ain't worth a divorce. But because you be so hurt, the goal is to try to hurt the other person. It's terrible, but it's our life, it's our society. At the end of the day, the solution to this is individually begin to talk to one another and build a relationship. You got 2 or 3 friends. Make them friends a part of your unity. Tell them your hurt, tell them your pain. Those real true friends are not going to use that pain against you. Homosexuals that's out there, that's been raped when y'all was younger, or somehow or another you went to jail and somebody tricked you to do it, seek a program. When you seek the program, make sure you tell the people the truth, what's going on. Because you can trust these people. You can trust these people to actually not tell your business and not hurt you more. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. It was definitely an honorable speaking. To the pedophile that's in the island in Fern Rock Station, don't worry about the police. We're gonna catch you ourselves. We catch you, we take you to a mental hospital. Bottom line. The youngins out there, keep doing the right thing. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Some people will think that when abundantly the love is more, but you have to understand that I'm grateful for one person that shows, because that one person can tell one person, and we're going to remove the hurt for love. Kingearner live and direct was an honor. Thanks everybody for coming out.
We heard one side. Try to give him the other side. Phil. This ain't a diss to nobody that rant, but I'm tired of hearing about all the bodies and crack, or how you was flipping pies, or telling how you ride, but you never want to tell them how you was getting robbed, or when you get booked and the judge playing God, give you life in the box. When you live, then you die. Never wanna tell them about single parent moms who strip to survive, still struggling to strive. Never wanna tell them how feelings need jobs. First tell them about the telling.